Fidel Castro. Fidel Castro is a failed leader. He's a terrible leader. I mean, he's a horrible economist, a horrible implementer of policies. His policies are failed policies. Cuba's a destroyed country. It's not worse off today just than it was 10 years ago. It's worse off today than it was 60 years ago, in both relative and actual terms. On top of that, I think that every day that goes by, he makes less sense. And the fundamental problem in Cuba is that the people that are running Cuba's government don't view themselves as Cuba's leaders. They view themselves as Cuba's owners. And they view the Cuban people as their employees and their subjects. And I hope that will change soon. There are brave men and women inside of Cuba, like Dr. Bissett, who, as soon as he got released from prison, you would think he would want to just go home and relax a little while and reconnect with his families. But in fact, the first words out of his mouth were Fidel and Raul Castro should resign and leave. There are brave men and women that are standing for the future of Cuba. We should identify with them, call attention to their cause, do everything we can to assist them and help them. As far as Venezuela is concerned, it's a very sad story. Venezuela is a country with a tremendous amount of promise and a phenomenal future. The only thing standing in the way of it is their leader. With great sadness, I can tell you that the president of Venezuela does not bring prestige to his country. He brings shame. He is one of the few leaders in the world that's actually allied and stood next to Muammar Gaddafi while he was murdering innocent civilians. I think increasingly the people of Venezuela are ashamed that Hugo Chavez is their president and their leader, and hopefully they'll use their electoral process to get rid of him.
We have one more question.
Can you point out the parallels between the Obama administration and in its policies and Hugo Chavez's policies?
Well, I don't know about the parallels between Hugo Chavez and Barack Obama. They're in two different leagues. Hugo Chavez is a failed leader who was an embarrassment to his country and a threat to the region. President Obama just has bad ideas for America's future. I think there's better ideas than the ones he has. I think the policies that President Obama is following are bad for our future as a country. He doesn't have a plan to deal with the national debt. Even if we followed the president's budgets over the next 10 years, they would have massive tax increases and still grow the debt to over 80% of our total economy. And so I think his policies are bad for America and for its future.
Thank you.